Gather round, folks. I'm here to tell you a story. A story about the legend of an individual on Metacritic who goes by the name TreasureOrTrash. Somebody who over the course of a single day, September 8th, 2023, reviewed 119 games, all labeling them the same treasure or trash. Zeros and tens. The ultimate peak of what media can be, or the absolute bottom barrel dumpster fire that people despise. To this individual and their reviews, there is no in-between. There are no Ks. There are no fines and maybes. There are only absolutes. Either picture-perfect perfections or wastes of time. Let me tell you about the legend of Treasure or Trash. Now, this individual's reviews began with League of Legends, a 0, a trash review. And after that, they just couldn't stop. It was Bomb Rush Cyberpunk afterwards, a perfect 10, Super Mario 64, another perfect 10, but then Sonic Boom Rise of Lyric a 0. Grand Theft Auto 5 a 0. They did not appreciate what Rockstar did for the gaming industry. Hi-Fi Rush a 10, Honkai Star Rail a 10, Sonic Adventure 2 a 10, but then Sonic the Hedgehog, also known as Sonic 06, is trash. A common consensus among video game enthusiasts. But then Guilty Gear XRD Rev 2 a 10, Guilty Gear Strive a 0, Street Fighter 5 a 0, and Street Fighter 6 a 10? Mortal Kombat 11 Ultimate a 0, Borderlands 3 a 0, but Borderlands 2 is a 10. SSX Blur a 0, but SSX 3 a 10. This individual knows the games they love, and they despise the games they hate. Halo Infinite a 0, but Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 a perfect 10. A game that goes all the way back to 2009. One that many folks would consider one of the greatest Call of Duties of all time. And Halo 3, the best Halo ever, a perfect 10. But Treasure or Trash does not like the remakes. They do not like Modern Warfare 2 that came out later. Alchemy Stars Aura Blast a 10. And then, throughout all of the reviews, they decided to encounter the Pokemon franchise. Scarlet and Violet, both 0s. Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl, both 0s. Legends Arceus a 10. They appreciate Pokemon Legends Arceus for what it is. Strayed from the beaten path, something different. But Pokemon Sword and Shield, they do not like. Pokemon Pearl and Diamond on the Nintendo DS, they love the originals. Pokemon Platinum, also a 10. Pokemon Black and White, versions 1 and 2, all perfect 10s. Heart Gold, Soul Silver, perfect 10s. But Pokemon X and Y, the 3DS era, we can clearly tell they believe this is where it all goes downhill. Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, both 0s. Maybe too much water. But Pokemon Ruby and Emerald, both perfect 10s, but interestingly enough, they have never played Sapphire. They have never played Sapphire, and they did not review it. They respected their integrity. Pokemon Sun and Moon, perfect 10s, but Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, the quote-unquote improved editions, the versions that are the ultimate versions, the ultra versions, 0s. It's interesting, the psyche of Treasure or Trash, what has befallen them to hate Ultra Sun and Moon so? Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu, a 0, and Let's Go Eevee, lost to time. Paper Mario for the Nintendo 64, a 10. Paper Mario the 1000-Year Door for the GameCube, a 10. Super Mario for the Wii, a 10. But Paper Mario Sticker Star for the 3DS. Paper Mario Color Splash and Paper Mario the Origami King, all zeros. They like the originals. Super Smash Bros. For the 64, a 10. But Melee is a 0. They do not appreciate the glitches. They do not appreciate being wobbled in their local Smash Bros. Melee brackets. But Smash Bros. Ball, a perfect 10. They love Subspace Emissary. Smash Bros. For the Nintendo 3DS, a perfect 10. But interestingly enough, Smash Bros. For Wii U, a 0. Interesting. Maybe they just hate the console. Smash Bros. Ultimate, a perfect 10. The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, a 0, because they understand this is not a Legend of Zelda game. This is something more. And they believe it's trash. But one individual's trash is another individual's treasure, and vice versa. Sonic Mania, a 10, but Sonic Forces and Frontier, 0. Sonic Colors, Rider, 0. Gravity, all 10s. Sonic Adventure DX, the Director's Cut, Shadow the Hedgehog, and Sonic Heroes, Sonic Unleashed, Sonic and the Black Knight, all 10s. Metroid the Other M, a 0. Fortnite, a 0. They do not appreciate the microtransactions. They are older than the age of 16. This is what we can identify from Treasure or Trash. PUBG, also a 0. Overwatch, a 0. Overwatch 2, a 0. But Sunset Overdrive, a 10. Kingdom Hearts 2, a 10. But X2 Wolverine's Revenge, a 0. Treasure or Trash only works in absolutes. They are decisive. Their legend grows with every review they make. Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, a 10. Then they took on the Five Nights at Freddy's franchise. The first game, Five Nights at Freddy's, 10. But Five Nights at Freddy's 3, a 0. FNAF World, a 0. Five Nights at Freddy's Sister Location, 0. Ultimate Custom Night, a 0. But they love Five Nights at Freddy's 4 and Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria Simulator. Five Nights at Freddy's 2, also a 10. But Security Breach, a 0. Mario Kart 64, a 10, but Mario Kart Tour for the iOS, iPhone, and iPad, a 0. Mario Kart Double Dash, 10. Rainbow Six Siege, a 0, and Destiny 2, a 0. Blaze Blue Cross Tag Battle. They must not appreciate the cross tag or the battling. But Mario Kart Wii, interestingly enough, so far detached from the rest of the Mario Karts. Interesting, they did this all in one day. Did they forget about it, or were they reminded? Dragon Ball FighterZ, a 10. Monster Hunter Rise, Monster Hunter World, Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate, all 10s for the Monster Hunter franchise except for Monster Hunter Tri. They didn't appreciate the Wii version or the original. But there's one game that stands out from the rest. Only 119 were done September 8th, but on their page they have 120 reviews. 5 days later, Guilty Gear XX Accent Core Plus R, they reviewed that game. And their review made it a perfect 6.9 user score. It's an interesting thing what an individual does with free time. 66 positive reviews, 54 negative. Overall, they enjoyed more games and they hated them. But Treasure or Trash? That is always the question. Do you agree what they believe to be treasure or trash? Do you incur the same kind of thoughts with your 0s and 10s? Or maybe this individual is a special case, a special specimen of the gaming industry. Somebody so scorned by the games they hate, but so admonished by the games they love. Do you agree with treasure or trash? I wonder. Maybe one day their legend will grow again, but for now, we can only wonder where they are and hope that they come back one day to tell us all if it's treasure or trash that we found all along. Thank you for watching.